good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and welcome back to another one. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope all of y'all are having a fantastic um, New Year's Eve thus far. Man, I can't believe we're about to head into 2022, and two really is the magic number because the Dolphins win two more and they're in. So let's start off 2022 with two wins. That sounds perfect to me. Um, Man, it's kind of crazy out here. I just want to non-football for a sec. I don't know, how it's going for all of y'all, but up here, man, they're stopping serving alcohol at like 10 p.m. Me and the wife, we took our girls out. We went to dinner, um, with with my brother-in-law. We all went out to dinner, had a good dinner. Um, I wanted to hammer out this show tonight, and it was kind of crazy because up here they stopped serving alcohol uh in bars at like 10 o'clock tonight. Bars and restaurants are stopping alcohol serving. So unless you're having a gathering, which I think they've limited to like 10 people too as well, like in homes, um it's kind of crazy because if like you're single or whatever the case may be, and you're going out tonight or whatever, really the alcohol stops flowing at 10. So it's 8:18. If you're single and you're out there, you better be getting to work because you only got about an hour and 42 minutes before the alcohol stops flowing, and all your confidence boosters get shut down behind the bar, man. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, man. I just wanted to say happy curfew, basically, exactly. Uh, Jeff Fremont. I know they have a curfew in Quebec too as well. So it's kind of crazy, man. Um, kind of nuts, kind of nuts. Um, so I don't know. It just doesn't feel like New Year's. You know what I mean? It feels like just another. It feels like just another Friday night. To be honest with you, like COVID's totally torched everything. You know what I mean? Kind of crazy. Shout out to everyone. I think James Cook is all right. He's okay. Um, Victor, reason you think Tua gets unleashed this game or next? I think we play up to our competition when we have to. So I expect a good game. Oh, shout out to Martina, man. Happy New Year over there on the other side of the sea. Jeremiah, no such thing as what? No such thing as what? 10 p.m. curfew? I guess Henry Ruggs could have used a 10 p.m. curfew, huh? Woo back, Happy New Year, my guy. Jeff Fremont, Happy New Year. Stetson, Happy New Year. Florida born. Yeah, I never really believed it. That Georgia defense is nasty. Everyone watching the Kobe Dean tonight. The kid is an absolute stud. Like he's so freaking good. Um, Scotty Joe, Happy New Year, my friend. Vicken, Happy New Year. Jose, Happy New Year. Barry, Happy New Year. Willie Duper Molina, New Year. Duke, Omar, Chad, Happy New Year, guys. Just trying to see who else we got rolling off here. Will, what's going on, buddy? You gonna be a bipolar fan on Sunday this weekend, Will, or are you gonna relax and let things play out? Get overly critical and emotional in the fourth, my friend. Don't get overly critical and emotional in the first 10. Martin, what's good, homie? How you doing, brother? Adriel, what's going on? Lemony, what's going on? Will says always, out of boy. At least you're consistent, Will. No one can ever say you ain't consistent, my friend. Anyone tries, you can tell them I said they're a liar. Brett, Z-Man, what's good, my guy? How you doing? Barry, how you doing? Thomas, how's it going, buddy? Rami, what's going on? Geo, what's good? Marvel Man, reason RP Mr. Leahy for 110%. You know what? I've been meaning to watch the Trailer Park Boys Christmas special because I usually watch it every year because I love that show so much. I know a lot of you Americans don't know it. If you want a good laugh, y'all need to, and you got a crude sense of humor, go check out Trailer Park Boys. That was shot up here, man. So look at crypto buying some more crypto. Crypto, I gotta have a talk with you, bro. TR, Happy New Year from Sydney, Australia. Happy New Year, man. Innes, Happy New Year, my guy. Yeah, I'm gonna. Whoa. A name. Didn't see you, man. Ignore the one Titan fan here to support your show. No, man. Hey, what up, bro? I didn't even see you, to be honest with you. Probably your name just, I don't know. I must have scrolled past it, but what up, dude? Instead of saying Titans up, I'm gonna say Titans down, dude. Martina, do Miami draft another receiver with our? I hope not in our first. Man, I know he's not going to get by in the combine, but I know I keep talking about him. Oh, if we could get Drake London in the second, man, if we took care of, I want y'all to think of it. If we took care of our offensive line in free agency, got a center, kicked Dieter to guard, kept Hunt at guard, and got 2 legit tackles. Screw these guys. Stop playing around. Get 2 tackles, get a center. Man, if you could we could be in a position where you could take your Isaiah Spiller, your Brees Hall. You guys know I like Kyron Williams, the running back from Notre Dame. You could take them with your first round pick, or you could take Drake London with your first round pick, and then you could turn around and take, because I'm telling you, Drake London is going to be special. If we are going Rook young, man, I want us to sneak in Drake London. I like this kid so much. I'm sorry. I really love Drake London. Go watch this kid. He is perfect, and he's exactly what we need. But I don't want to take a receiver in the first round. I don't. I would rather take a receiver in the second. If Drake falls in the second, move heaven and earth to come up in the second round, and get him. But we need, I gotta wait for free agency to play out, obviously. But I mean, we can't lie to ourselves. I mean, we need tackles. We need interior help, whether they want to keep Dieter at center or kick him to guard. If they keep him at center, you need a left guard. Jackson is not it. Or if they kick him to left guard, then you need a center. We need receiver help, and we need, legitimate running back, and we need a Mike. We need a Mike linebacker. So you look at all those things, really, that's not a lot. Like, free agency should be able to cut that in half. You know what I mean? Like, if you just spent, think about this for a sec. I know they like Devin Lloyd, but I know some of y'all watching the Michigan Georgia game right now. I got it on mute here. Nakobe Dean. You get a guy like that in the first round, and that's your Mike, perfect. You know what I mean? I think we need to, with offensive line, everyone knows for 2 years I've been loving Abraham Lucas. You know what I mean? Everyone knows all the guys that I like in this draft, Evan Neal. Everyone knows all the guys I like. Ike Mekwanu out of North Carolina State. There's a lot of guys I like on the offensive. I think this is, Charles Cross. It's a really good Tyler Linderbaum in center. It's a really good class. Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. But we need veteran presence now. And Jesse Davis is not a veteran presence. We need 2 or 3 veteran guys blended into that offensive line. You know what I mean? And the thing that worries me about getting another young receiver and putting him in a prominent role is we're doing it all over again. Just now we've shifted from the offensive line to how we're treating the wide receiver room. You know what I mean? So whereas our defense, as long as they're talented enough, look at how easily defensive players have plugged in to our defense, right? And how quickly they've been impact players. Why? Because of the veterans around them. And there's really not that presence on offense. On offense, we need to be more veteran. We need more veteran mixture. my ideal free agency is 3 offensive linemen and a receiver. And then give me a rookie running back. I'm fine with a rookie running back. And then draft a rookie linebacker. And those would be my first 2 picks, a running back and a linebacker. Whether it's the running back in the first or the linebacker in the first, and then the other position in the second that wasn't taken care of in the first. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we've got so much money, flexibility that like 75 million can buy you a receiver and 3 offensive line pieces, and then cheap depth pieces you can plug on either sides of the ball. And then you go in with your glaring needs and just address them in the draft in your first 2 rounds. And if that San Francisco pick is like in the early 20s, we could justify taking a running back there, just like we could justify taking a linebacker there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. You have a chance here with the money where if you take care of the offensive line properly and not with the rumors that I'm hearing that we're maybe only going to add 1 tackle, but if you actually add some legit, even 2 legitimate pieces to that offensive line, and then, you let KINDLEY fight it out for left guard again or whatever. And, if you just added 2 tackles or 1 tackle and an interior player, and then the receiver, like, think of the flexibility we have going into the draft. On defense, we only need a Mike and we need depth. On offense, we need a running back and receiving help. Depth, because we signed a receiver in free agency. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, by taking care of your business on the offensive side of the ball in free agency, you give yourself a lot of flexibility in the draft where you can start making luxury picks, which we all know they like to do. I mean, Noah inactivity, I should say, I get what the idea and the thought process was, but you put the cart before the horse big time and it's biting you in the ass. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If you handle your business properly in free agency, like that's what kind of is. It's always been about the cost of Watson more than the player for me. That's always what it's been about, because 75 million and 3 or 4 first round picks over the next 2 years, that's a lot, man. And if they want, like, I've seen people pose the question on Twitter and such like that. What if they start wanting bodies? Like, remember, back when I was telling y'all, and what I was hearing way back was not only picks, but I was hearing they wanted Christian Wilkins and Xavier Howard. Right? I heard 3 firsts. I think it was like 2 seconds and 2 players. What if that's changed? What if they want Jalen Phillips? What if they want Jalen Phillips or Javon Holland or Jalen Waddle added in? What if they want one of our young guys that's popping off? And look at Christian Wilkins. I already know they wanted Christian Wilkins. Look at the season Christian Wilkins having right now. If they came around and wanted 3 firsts in Christian Wilkins, I'd laugh in their face. Especially if we're the only place this guy wants to go. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this thing it's going to get a lot deeper than what people think it is right now. People are reading this situation way too much at face value. First things first, we got to let the judicial thing play out in January and see if he gets indicted. Because if he does get indicted, it's a wrap. If he doesn't get indicted, his options become vast. So, I'm just saying, people got to realize, especially if this guy doesn't get indicted and he settles everything and we come to March and they know they've got a whole bunch of suitors, like the Browns step up, the Steelers step up, Carolina comes back around. If all these teams start coming back around and they start looking for the best deal on the table so they can go and convince Watson to take it, what if they start asking for bodies that we all aren't comfortable including in that room parting with? I'm just saying, man. That's my worry. It's really, and yet you look at the 75 million this year, the roster we have, and all the draft capital over the next 2 years. You know what kind of team we can build? If you play your cards properly, even with your Noah screw up, you will still be able to replace Byron Jones and X through the draft. Like, that's what I'm saying. You have an opportunity to make up, and if you draft properly, to actually replace guys with what you thought you could do with no Igbenogany. You know what I mean? Like, think about it this year. Like, what if Sauce Gardner falls in your lap? You know what I mean? Now I know he's probably not going to, but I'm just saying, like, what if like a guy like Sauce Gardner fell in your lap with the 49ers pick? And you took care of your business in free agency, where we're all comfortable with the offensive line and we all want a running back in the second or third, and you added a receiver. And so we're all comfortable with that. And a guy like Sauce Gardner falls right there. And you can groom him for another year under X. I'm just saying, like, you never know what's going to happen. And so that's what makes those picks that much more valuable. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's very fickle. Now, if we're the only place Watson wants to go and we say, like, yeah, we'll give you 1 first and like 2 seconds, or we'll give you 2 firsts and 1 second, take it or leave it, we're the only place he wants to go to, you can't afford to take him, then you and I'm not going to cry me a river, okay, by any stretch of the imagination. But once you start getting these 4 first round picks, plus a second and a third, and bodies involved, like, and I don't know if y'all heard. I don't know if you heard. There's reports out of Houston right now that Laramie Tunsil will not be back next season. I don't know if y'all heard, but there are reports right now that Laramie Tunsil will not be back next year in Houston. What up, Boston? My guy. So, I don't know. That's another option. Bring him back, people are saying. Bring him back. I mean, that's a legitimate left tackle, and we're not gonna give them what they gave us. I'm just saying. People. Think about that for a second, though. Laramie Tunsil not returning. My God. After what they gave up for him. So, wouldn't that be funny if, it comes across your ticker wherever you are, and you look at it, you're like, oh, the Dolphins and the Texans pulled off a trade. And you look at that, and you come back, and you keep watching the ticker, and lo and behold, guess what? The Dolphins have made a trade with the Texans, yet it's not for Deshaun Watson, but they traded a second and a third for Laramie Tunsil. Who's going to be? How funny would that be? I'm sorry, but that would be awesome. That would be kind of amazing. No? I'd laugh my face off. I'm not even lying. But I mean, you'd be getting a left tackle. I mean, he'd be expensive, but you'd be getting a left tackle. So, I don't know. I think it's hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie. That they gave up. And another thing too is I don't know if you guys heard, but Mekhi Becton, the Jets actually want to move forward with George Fant. And there's talk about Mekhi Becton being on the move out of New York. Now, I know there's never going to be, you know, a how do I say this? A in division trade like that. But look at all the tackles that are starting to come available right now. So, kind of interesting, especially with Laramie Tunsil. Um, Trying to find the article for you guys so I can. Where is it here? Yeah, like Laramie Tunsil trade seems inevitable. So, and he's unlikely to play in the Texans' final 2 games. So there is talk right now going on that Laramie Tunsil is probably going to get traded. So, I mean, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. And now Mekhi Becton, and I know how much I know how much I know how much EM loved Mekhi Becton pre-draft. And apparently like his weight is through the roof right now. Really bad work ethic, et cetera, et cetera. It's just I guess it's kind of a disaster right now. For him. So kind of crazy. But all right. Let's I'm just saying it's kind of crazy if this team were to trade for Laramie Tunsil, I would laugh my face off. I'm sorry. I would legitimately laugh my face off. Like it would be hilarious to me. So, but yeah, if you guys are watching that game tonight, keep an eye on the Kobe Dean. I know what I've heard internally is we love Devin Lloyd from Utah. But I mean, check him out. Nakobe Dean, he's number 17. The guy's an absolute beast. If you guys have not had a chance to watch him, um, check him out. He's an absolute monster. Absolute monster. All right, now I guess let's get in, let's hop in, let's preview this game. Why can't I find like you can search Tunsil not returning and trade expected and it'll pop up, but there was an article I saw today, and for some reason I knew I should have captured it, and I didn't. I just kept it scrolling. See if I can find it one more time. Hold on. Give me a sec here. Oh, yeah, here you go. Yeah. Unlikely Laramie Tunsil and Vincent Taylor return this season from Aaron Wilson. So, yeah, they're not bringing them off injured reserve. And he had like thumb surgery or whatever the case may be. And obviously they don't want a setback, but there is talk that he is going to be traded, and it seems like it's inevitable. So kind of crazy. All right. Anyways, that all said, let's hop into this. We got a couple things housekeeping before we get into the normal preview. So let's do it. First of all, smash that like button, guys. There's 163 of you in the room. Smash that like button if you're new. Subscribe. If you'd like to donate, paypal.me/Finside. Become a Finside the NFL Patreon, patreon.com/Finside the NFL. You get mod status. Also, if you're a patron, you can also become a YouTube channel member. Both will get access to my film studies before they come out. I'll be doing a Jalen Waddle one when the season ends, and I'm going to have a special video lined up for Patreons and YouTube channel members only that I'll be dropping very, very soon. Patchvibes.com, use code FINSIDE to save 20% off your order. Backroomcollection.net, use code REASON, save 10% off your order. And ThriveFantasy.com, use code FINSIDE to have every dollar up to your first 100 deposit matched by ThriveFantasy.com, your number one fantasy site in fantasy prop betting. Now, let's get into the housekeeping before we get into all the fancy graphics and stuff I do every week. So let's start off. The Dolphins had some roster moves today. They activated Solomon Kindley and wide receiver off the reserve COVID list. So Albert Wilson will be active. I think they also off IR today. Brendan Scarlett came off IR today, and so did Greg Little. Greg Little and them got activated off IR. So Brendan Scarlett, Greg Little activated off IR. Solomon Kindley and Albert Wilson activated off the reserve COVID list. So Albert Wilson will be obviously probably back this week. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, what about all those extra names that got added this week, like Adam Butler and all of that? Well, Reason has the answer for you. If you look at what Barry Jackson tweeted out today, basically those guys still have a good chance to play. The case being, Butler and Brandon Jones, especially Brandon Jones having a really good year, can play Sunday if they're asymptomatic Sunday AM and if activated by 4 Saturday. So remember last week, 2 weeks ago, they activated Holland, but he didn't play. That's what they're gonna, they're gonna do that again. You'll probably see Butler and Brandon Jones get activated, but we'll find out Sunday AM if they're actually going to be playing. So that's what the deal is on. Adam Butler has been really good over the last 8 weeks, and Brandon Jones has been really good this season. If Brandon Jones doesn't play, obviously Eric Rowe is probably going to see the majority of those snaps. So, and then sticking with COVID for a sec here, but looking at the other side, here is the current list of COVID players for the Tennessee Titans. Bud Dupree and Jayon Brown, two huge players, two big linebackers, two of their best linebackers. Denico Autry, Kendall Lamb, Julio Jones, Buster Skern, Cody Hollister, and Brian Body Calhoun. Because Nick Westbrook, he was activated today, but Jayon Brown and Bud Dupree are the ones that really stand out. Yes, I am leaving Julio Jones out because that guy has done jack Bo Diddley this year. He has not been very good by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm not about to give him props just because of name value. So, and by the looks of it, Taylor Lewan's back at practice. And I think I'm pretty sure AJ Brown is practicing too. So we'll see how it goes. But you look at there's the current COVID situation for both teams heading into Sunday's matchup, which remember, it's a legitimate playoff match. You got the number 7 against the number 2 seed in the number 2 seed's house. And not only does Miami have to win out to make the playoffs and guarantee lock in, but also the Tennessee Titans, if they win on Sunday, they win their division. So they're playing for something too. So it's a legitimate playoff atmosphere, playoff game. And I know we're all nervous, but we'll see how it plays out. Now, the weather. When you look at the weather, this is what the weather is for Sunday expected. Obviously, you can see Overcast. It's going to be 40, get down to a low of 37 by the fourth quarter. It's going to feel like about 30 by the end of it. Feel like 30 just at kickoff. There is going to be an expected wind of 10 miles to the northwest. Humidity is going to start out at 83%, get down to about 78%. The precipitation probability goes up from 6% to 14% by the end of the game. So you could see a bit of snow, but I don't know. It doesn't look likely. So, but there is 100% cloud cover. So it's going to be a cloudy day. And, for all of us Canadian folk, 32, it's going to be about 0 Celsius. So it's going to be a cold one. The ball might get a little hard. And then when it drops down to 30 Fahrenheit, yeah, it's just going to, that's about just over -1 Celsius. So it's going to be a cold one, man. We'll see how it rolls. And it will be a little bit windy, obviously, too. So it's going to be interesting. This is going to be the toughest test in this last 3-game stretch. I don't know why. I just got the gut feeling of it. If we win this game, we're winning out. I got the feeling. This is the game, though. So there is rain expected in the afternoon and the evening. Not snow. So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully we can avoid, because if it's cold and rainy, that's just gonna be crappy. So, but you know what this tells us, man? You got to run the football. You have to run the football, especially if it's windy, right? So let's see what Studesville, Godsey, and all of them got set up for us. On Sunday, man. Big game. Biggest game of the Brian Flores era. Biggest game of Tua's career, Jalen Waddle's young career. Man, biggest game of a lot of players' career on this team right now. So, no pressure. When you look at the actual injury report, remember this does not take into account for COVID. So, Miami Dolphins, Jesse Davis, Philip Lindsay, Adam Shaheen, full participants. They're good to go. Now, when you look at the other side, Laurel Murchison and Derek Robertson did not practice today. They're questionable, but if they did not practice, it's not probably a good look. Murchison might go because he was a full participant Wednesday and Thursday, but Robertson wasn't a participant at all this week. Aaron Brewer, he was limited, but he's full today, so he's good to go. AJ Brown is good to go. So there you go. Taylor Lewan, good to go. Yeah, they got pretty much healthy teams for the most part, except for what COVID's doing right now, right? So, it's kind of crazy too. It's kind of crazy how long this list was just a couple weeks ago, and like they're not even bothering to put like it's just, you look at this injury report and the fact that Will Fuller's never come back, it's just so sad. Like, absolute highway robbery by Will Fuller. Unreal. But obviously it's nice, especially this late in the season. I mean, last year this would have been the last week of the season, and what's crazy is that tells us 9 wins would have got you in last year. Sorry, 9 wins would have got you in this year in a 16-game season, whereas last year 10 wins didn't even get you in. So even more parity this year than there was last. But seeing us this healthy, knock on wood, by week 17 is a beautiful thing. Even seeing, your opponent that healthy, aside from obviously COVID, but I'm talking like legitimate football injuries here. You know what I mean? So kind of good stuff, man. Good to see there. And all those players on Tennessee, because I believe like Bud Dupree and such, they went in on Monday. So all those players, the majority of them, I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good chance at playing. I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good chance at playing on Sunday the same way Brandon Jones and such as. They can activate them, and then they just have to be, asymptomatic by Sunday. So we'll see how it rolls. That's your updated injury report. Now let's look at how these teams do compare when you stack them up next to each other. This is what you get when you look at these teams. So the Miami Dolphins, the 24th total offense, they average about 311 yards per game. Titans 18th, they average about 340.6 per game. When you look at passing, Miami Dolphins 15th best passing attack, 224.4 yards per game. The Titans, the 25th passing attack. So you're telling me we were about 29th with Brissett, and Tua has raised us to the 15th best passing attack. Tannehill sitting at 25. Ouch, Tanny. Ouch. Oof. That one hurts, bud. That one hurts, bud. Oof. I don't know what to say, my friends. That one hurts a lot. No? All right. Now, when you look at rushing attack, so the Dolphins have the 30th rushing offense, 86.6 yards per game, which is not good, and we'll look at that why in a sec. But they have the fourth best rushing offense. They average 138.8 yards per game. But here's the thing: Derrick Henry ain't around. When you look at Dante Foreman is averaging about 4.2 yards per attempt. He has 86 attempts for 365 yards. Here's the thing, though: 217 of those yards came in 2 games. And against New England, he had 109 yards. Against Pittsburgh, he had 108. But you look at LA. When he played LA in week 9, 29 yards on 5 attempts. When he had 11 carries against New Orleans, 30 yards. When he had 7 carries against Houston, 25 yards. When he had 13 against Jacksonville, 47 yards. San Francisco, he had 9 carries for 17 yards. So, these are still, this number is still kind of, because I mean, even if you look at the other guy they use as much since Derrick Henry went down, because remember, Adrian Peterson played for 1 game and they sent his ass packing. Jeremy Nichols, right? Jeremy Nichols, if he goes since week 9 against LA, 7 carries for 24 yards. New Orleans, 4 carries for 7 yards. Jacksonville, 8 carries for 16 yards. Pittsburgh, 6 carries for 26. San Francisco, 7 carries for 31. Like, my whole point is these are still living off, that number is still living off of Derek Carr. Because, I mean, you look at Derek Carr through the first 6 seasons, right? First 6 weeks, he had 58 yards, 182, 113, 157, 130, 143. Then he had 86. And then in week 8, he had 68. So you look at, it's still kind of inflated by Derrick Henry right now, and he's not there. So our run defense is stout enough where I'm not as concerned as that number tells you might have to be. You understand what I'm saying? So when you look at scoring offense, the Dolphins, they average about 20.3 points per game, which is 21st best scoring offense. The Titans have the 15th best scoring offense. They average about 23.8, so about 3.5 points more. When you look at sacks allowed, the Titans, they've allowed 45, which is 29th. The Dolphins are tied for 18th. They've allowed 35. And what's crazy about that is the Dolphins have 45 sacks. So third down offense. The Dolphins, they dropped from 9th to 13th. They are 41.3 conversion clip. The Titans are now the 9th third down offense. They convert at 42.3%. When you look at defense, the Miami Dolphins have climbed and now have the 15th overall total defense, allowing 336.7 yards per game. The Titans are 13th. They allow 333.2 yards per game. So just about 22 yards less than what our offense is averaging right now. And just like the Titans are getting about 4 yards more than what our defense is currently allowing, right? So you look at rushing defense, the battle of the rushing defense. The Dolphins coming in with the seventh best rushing defense, 102 2.3 yards per game allowed. While look at this, the Titans are the number 2 rushing defense. They allow 86.7 yards per game, which is scary because the Dolphins rushing offense is 30th and gets 86.6 yards per game. Like that's literally off by a 0.1%, like a 0.1 margin. That's ridiculous. Now scoring defense. The Dolphins allow about 21 points per game, which is 10th best. The Titans allow 21.7 points per game, which is 15th best. So 0.7 is the difference between 10th, top 10, and getting to the border of top 15. Sacks, again, the Dolphins lead the NFL in sacks. The Dolphins have never finished a season with the number 1 defense in sacks. So they lead with 45. And then the Titans are 10th. They have 37. Now, speaking of like their sacks, obviously because I know people are wondering, oh, well, Bud Dupree's out. How much does that affect them right now? Well, that's kind of huge. He is, he only has 3 sacks right now, but he has 16 pressures. And we all know he's really good, but their main guys are there. Harold Landry, he's playing. He has 13. He's their number 1 sack guy, and then Jeffrey Simmons in the interior. If Aaron Donald is the best interior guy in the NFL, Jeffrey Simmons is right there. And then Denico Autry, he's right there too. So, Bud Dupree, he's not affecting the pressure and sack numbers as much as people think, but he's just a stellar player. You look at scoring defense. Sorry, my bad. Third down defense. The Titans are the 8th best third down defense in the NFL. They only allow a conversion rate of 37.4, while the Dolphins are 18th. They allow 40.3. And then takeaways. When you look at the Dolphins, they have 23 takeaways as a defense. That's 10th best. You look at the Titans, they're 13th, tied for 13th. They have 20 takeaways as a defense, and then giveaways. And this is where it gets really interesting. The Titans are 27th. They have 25 giveaways. The Dolphins are 26th. They have 24. So, it's kind of the parity between the teams, the Titans defense and certain offensive statistics for the Dolphins, and then the Titans offense and certain statistics for the Dolphins defense. It's kind of crazy, but like you look at the giveaways, both teams are obviously susceptible to giving away the ball. And I mean, we'll go into why exactly that is. So let's get into the keys of the game for the Miami Dolphins. Let's start off with the offensive keys. So find a way to average 3.3 plus yards per carry. Okay, I get it. You don't got to tell me. I know they are the second best rushing defense in the NFL, but if we're going to carry the ball 30 times, if you average 3.3 yards per carry, okay, I'm getting 99 yards. So I'm asking for 13 more yards than what they're currently allowing. I'm not asking for 40, 50 yards more. So it's not really unreasonable. I think if you're going to flirt with 100 as a committee, that's really going to take a lot of stress off of Tua because, guys, they run a lot of zone defense. Tua can pick apart zone. If we can run the football, Tua can slice and dice zone. So that we're not going to see as much man as we saw in New Orleans. Remember, we only ran RPO 4, 5, 6 times against New Orleans because of how much man they ran. But with zone, we are going to have a lot more areas for Tua to start picking apart. So my number 2 key here: be creative, show wrinkles they have not seen on tape. Listen, look at the Waddle wrinkle. That we hadn't shown that on tape. We started showing new wrinkles with Waddle out of the backfield last week that we hadn't put on tape yet. You got to continue being creative with this offense in these final 2 weeks. Pull out the stops if it means getting to the playoffs. Continue showing new wrinkles and stuff that this team, because when you showed the stuff they have seen a lot of, i.e. the Brissett package, they bred it and they shut it right down. So you're going to have to show new wrinkles. I mean, we are talking about the 26th passing defense. They allow 246 and a half yards a game. Show new wrinkles, and Tua can put up easily over 250 on these guys. And then number 3, don't be your own worst enemy. This is easy. I don't need these drive-killing holding penalties. Boneheaded interceptions from Tua Tagovailoa. Bad protection and guys not picking up stunts that lead to fumbles. You cannot afford, now that we are in playoff mode, you got to clean all that up. You got to play as clean of a game of ball as you can. Those errors, those brain farts, they need to go away right now. Not only for us to make the playoffs, but for us to make any noise if we make the playoffs. Stay disciplined, protect the football. Don't be your own worst enemy. Because we've seen it too much. Yes, Tua's dug us out. But there's going to be a time where you can be your own worst enemy and the hole you're going to dig is too deep for everyone to pull us out. I don't want to see that happen this week. So please find a way to average more, 3.3 plus yards per carry. Be creative, show wrinkles they have not seen on tape like we did this past week. And do not be your own worst enemy. Stay disciplined, protect the football, be smart with the football. No boneheaded stuff. If drives are going to end, make it be because the defense did their job, not because you did their job for them, please. Please, that's all I'm asking. Don't do the defense's job for them. All I ask. And I don't think I'm asking too much. All right. Now let's get into the defensive keys to victory for the Miami Dolphins. And they start with this: be stout against the run, make them one-dimensional. Listen, this is a team that in big playoff games, they take the ball out of Tannehill's hands. I've already said, other than 2 games for Foreman, he's been pretty much a disappointment. Jeremy McNichols is not going to run amok on you. Shut Foreman and McNichols down early, and we're good. Now put the ball in this guy. This guy's not going to beat you. Tannehill isn't good enough to beat our defense. Not many quarterbacks in the league are. All right? Because, this guy's taken 45 sacks this year. This guy got sacked 7 times against the Jets in week 4. If you look at the last 3 weeks against Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, he's taken he's had 4 sacks against in each. The only team not able to sack him this year was Buffalo in week 6. He's had, like I said, 12 sacks over the last 3 games, 4 sacks a game. The chances are going to be there. If you make them one-dimensional, it is a wrap. Wrap it up and put it under the tree. Third down stops are a must. They are converting at a 42.3% clip. No extended drives, no extra chances. If you get them in 3rd and long, pin your ears back. If you get them in 3rd down situations, get out of it. 3rd stop, you're going to have to win in the trenches, and 3rd down stops, please. I'm not trying to give them any more chances than they need. And then finally, Tannehill leads the league in interceptions, gets them. He's tied for the league lead right now. The guy's thrown for 15 touchdowns, but he has 14 interceptions right now, tied with Burrow and Herbert. The guy threw 4 interceptions against Houston. He's already had 3 multi-pick games, 2 against Indy. Both times he's played Indy, he's been picked off twice, and he had 4 against Houston. This guy turns the ball over. I don't know what else to say. You look at getting sacked 45 times and throwing 14 picks on top of that is not a recipe for success. So, the chance to get interceptions are going to be there. Get some. X, time to feast, my guy. Time to feast, my guy. Juice says he ain't have any receivers that game. Tua ain't have any receivers against the Jets. He didn't throw 4 picks. Just saying. He didn't have any receivers last year, especially last year in 10 starts. He didn't, he had less than 4 picks heading into week 17. So I don't know what to say. The picks are going to be there. Get them. X, add to your total. Duke, I'd like to see Gesicki have a big game too. I'm just not holding my breath. The guy is, it's been a letdown. Hopefully he can come back. Now, my in-game matchup to watch, if you didn't know, now you know what the matchup is going to be. Bro, I'm going to tell y'all Titan fans, there ain't nothing you can tell any of us about Ryan Tannehill. We saw him for 7 years, okay? There is nothing you guys could tell us, all right? Why'd you guys throw 8 times in a playoff game with him? That tells you how much they trust him. There ain't nothing y'all can tell us about Ryan Tannehill. We know what we're facing. Our defense, all the studs in our defense, like Xavier Howard, saw this guy in camp. You think Xavier Howard ready to feast? Okay. All right. Let me tell you how real it is. I'm going to tell you how real it is. Our defense owned Ryan Tannehill so bad in practice, our coaches had to tell them to stop picking him off. Practice squad guys were picking off Ryan Tannehill. No, you have Henry. You don't got Henry right now. What do you think? Dante Foreman gonna run amok on us? Please stop it. We just shut down Alvin Kamara. I look at your backfield and I laugh right now. Y'all got rid of Adrian Peterson. He's the best option you had. All right, Tannehill literally crying in practice because we were picking him off 7 times in practice, crying to the coaches, and the coaches had to tell the defense to stop picking him off. And then they started teasing him. Bro, Tua Tagovailoa in year 2. Tua Tagovailoa in week in year 2 is better than Tannehill. Let that set in. Let that set in. Real talk. Tannehill's a scrub. Sorry. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And we're going to wipe him out. And the matchup to watch for me, Ryan Tannehill against the best secondary in the NFL. Good luck, Ryan. What are you going to happen when we erase AJ? Even if AJ gets 120 yards, who else? What you going to get throw for 135? You going to throw for 15 yards to someone else? X about to feast on you. Brandon Jones leads all defensive backs in the NFL in sacks, 5 already. Tannehill ain't going to know what to do when that cover 0 happened. Tannehill ain't going to beat us over the top. His deep accuracy's Papua. Byron Jones. Javon Holland. Good luck. If we make this team one-dimensional, which we will, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? Tannehill. People talk about revenge game against Miami. Pfft, revenge this. Wow, shout out to Martin, $50 donation. Happy New Year, Reason Fins fans. 2020 50th anniversary of the only undefeated team in NFL history. The entire league should honor that feat and John Madden all next year. You're damn right. Madden football, I want the perfect edition. 50-year anniversary of the perfect team. I like what you're thinking, Martin. Give it to me. Yeah, Juice, man, we are going home after the game with a win. Then what? Then what? Ryan Tannehill, trash. Trash. Ryan Tannehill going to get sacked 5 times on his way to Nissan Stadium before he even suits up. Okay. Tannehill, this guy sacked 4 times each game over the last 3 games, bro. This man about to get lit up. Do you know how many sacks we have over the last 2 games? 14. We got 14 sacks over the last 2 games. This man is about to get chewed up and spit out. And 14 sacks over the last 2 games with Jalen Phillips coming close on about another 4. Bro, he is about to get chewed up. The only thing that worries me about this team, about the Tennessee Titans, is their front. Jeffrey Simmons is arguably the second best interior lineman in the NFL next to Aaron Donald. Their front is fantastic. And their linebackers are good. Their front 7 is good. But beyond that, I ain't worried. If our offensive line holds up, or if we do to y'all what we did against Carolina, where we scheme to get the ball out in 2.2, 2.3 seconds, there ain't nothing your pass rush going to do. 2.2, 2.3 seconds, you're not going to get to the quarterback in time. So I ain't worried whatsoever. I ain't worried whatsoever, man. And y'all play zone. Y'all ain't going to see our offense you saw on Monday. That was in a predominantly press man defense. Watch our games against zone. Good luck to y'all. We're going to juice y'all up on defense. Slice and dice like we're taking y'all to a deli on a Sunday. Ain't worried whatsoever, man. Ain't worried. We got your offense on lock. Not so worried at all. If our offense complements our defense, is going to be we win this game. Ain't worried whatsoever. Y'all about to see what a real defense looks like. Remember, I told you that. So when you're watching the game and we can hear rattling all the way from down here, and that's all y'all needs from knowing the Titans might not clinch the division on Sunday because we whooping that ass. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. All right, now continuing on. Reason. What's your score prediction? Well, my score prediction is this: Dolphins 19, Titans 13. I see maybe 240, 250 yards for the Titans offense against us. Maybe. I mean, what, the Titans rushed for like 91 yards against San Francisco last week? You think the San Francisco defense is good? Wait till y'all wake up on Sunday and realize who you're playing. They ain't even in our ballpark, all right? They even in the same stratosphere as our defense. So Dolphins 19, Titans 13. Yeah, I'm predicting a close affair. Obviously, only a 6-point differential, but if over the Tannehill decides to have one of his multi-pick performances, because he already got 3 of them this year, and if he's the guy we saw in Miami when you got to put the game on him, good night, good luck, and goodbye. It's over. So I'll take Dolphins 19-13 over the Tennessee Titans in what should be a good game. Jazza, he says 17-10, Miami Dolphins. Sean Tunsil, Zach Thomas going to the Hall of Fame. Dude, the movement is on, and I'm doing it next year. I ain't even joking. T-shirts, hoodies, they're coming. Richmond Webb, we are now about to make the run. Now we make the push for Richmond Webb to the Hall of Fame. Now we make the push. It's Richmond Webb's turn, man. Let's be honest. Bari, would I like us drafting Brian Robinson from Bama? I mean, in the mid round, sure. But the real Robinson you want that runs the football is at the University of Texas and comes out next year. Like, I wouldn't take Robinson over Kyron Williams from Notre Dame or even Kenneth Walker, even though I don't think he's a good blocker, and they might shy away from him because of that. Same thing with Isaiah Spiller and Breece Hall. Like, I wouldn't take him over. I wouldn't take Brian Robinson over those guys. So, all right. Again, shout out to the homie Martin. Jabroni of the year. Now, I know there's some Titan fans in the comment section vying for this right now, but it's already been made up. Chris Sims, listen, instead of giving it to you for the third time after what you said this week, I mean, it's kind of a year in review, Jabroni's show, and even though I only started doing this for like the last month and a bit, the fact that you've managed to be the Jabroni of the week, which would have been your third time this week, in a month and a half is overly fucking impressive, I must say, Chris Sims. But dude, when this guy's saying he wants Tannehill to stick it, and I want all you Titan fans to really listen to this too. For Chris Sims sitting here saying, "Oh, I want Tannehill," the fan base didn't support him, bro. Are you crazy? The fan base didn't support this guy. Are you for real? Dude, we stuck by this guy for 7 years. This guy went to Texas A&M. We drafted him in the top 10. The 2016 year where we got J.J. in the unicorn line and we're making a run, he gets hurt. He decides because he went to Texas A&M and he took sports medicine that, oh, I can do stem cell. I'm bougie enough. I know enough about it. I don't need ACL surgery. And then he goes and he has a non-contact injury and re-tears the ACL. That's when we were out on the guy. When the guy wasn't listening to what the team was telling him, when he decided, you know what, I'm going to go with this. And we ended up losing 2 years And we had to go for guys like Jay Cutler because this guy just didn't get the surgery done when it happened. That's why fans got out on Tannehill. And there's still some fans that follow his career in Tennessee. Now, the other thing is we all put up with Mike Wallace hated Ryan Tannehill because Ryan Tannehill couldn't throw the deep ball. Brandon Marshall had one good year and then he was shipped off because he didn't get along with Ryan Tannehill. Like I said earlier, the defense, the scout defense would light him up in practice and he'd start crying and be bitching, etc., and he'd be a baby instead of just going back to work. So we put up with a lot in 7 years of Ryan Tannehill. I mean, maybe Titan fans are happy that with him and Derrick Henry, they're going to be a perennial first and second round exit. But we're looking for more than that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Titan fans, if you had Tua Tagovailoa instead of Ryan Tannehill, you'd have a chance at a Super Bowl. But you got Ryan Tannehill. And because you got Ryan Tannehill, at best, you're always going to be a first or second round exit. Enjoy it. If you want to call that winning, by all means, have at it, man. The ultimate goal for us is an AFC championship and a Super Bowl. And guess what? Ryan Tannehill is not that guy. Ryan Tannehill is not a top 10 quarterback. And guess what? Tua Tagovailoa, he's already a top 15 quarterback 20 starts in. We could never say that about Ryan Tannehill 20 starts into his career. We couldn't even say that in year 4. All right? We wanted him to be a top 15 guy. He never became that guy. Tua can become a top 10 guy. So enjoy your first and second round exits and running Derrick Henry into the ground behind a guy that can't carry the load and carry the team without Derrick Henry to the promised land. Knock yourselves out. Enjoy it. No, Ryan Tannehill did not take Miami to the playoffs. That is incorrect, sir. Jay Ajayi, Laremy Tunsil, Brandon Albert, Mike Pouncey, and the rest of our offensive line and our defense took us to the playoffs. We got into the playoffs when he went down with Matt Moore. Okay? That's why there were fans in Miami that wanted Matt Moore over Tua, because Matt Moore would come out and sling the ball around behind that offensive line in that running game. So, no, sir, we did not get to the playoffs because of Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill, in fact, missed multiple games at the end of the season and the playoff game. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Matt Moore helped us get into the playoffs. Thank you very much. If you're going to come in here and talk Ryan Tannehill, no one knows more about Ryan Tannehill than Miami Dolphin fans. You guys are baby Tannehill fans, Titans guys. You guys are babies. This is all new to you. We put up with it for almost a decade. There ain't nothing you can tell us. Nothing. Now, I think you guys are a great team. Fantastic team. If you guys had a legitimate top 10, top 12, top 10 quarterback, I would fear you guys in the playoffs. But Tannehill makes you one-dimensional when it counts. Justo, 1999. Happy New Year's, Fin fam. Appreciate you, Reason, Martin, Ball Game, etc. for y'all contribution. Man, thank you, Justo. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Juice Man, no, Tannehill was not the best thing we had. Brandon Albert was better on that team. Jay Ajayi was better on that team. Laremy Tunsil was better on the team. Laremy Tunsil was our best offensive player. Like, this is literally it, man. So, Jabroni of the Year, Chris Sims. We supported this guy, but you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. All right. I got three Tannehill jerseys upstairs. I supported the guy. The guy wasn't even better than Jarvis Landry. Okay. Jarvis Landry was better than him, too. Like, he wasn't even top 3 offensive player on our team when Tannehill was here. Mike Pouncey, Laremy Tunsil, Jarvis Landry. When we drafted Mike Gesicki, add him too. All better than Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill at best was the 5th best player on our offense. Let's be real right now. So, Chris Sims, we're going to stick it to you just because you talk like that. I want you to sit back. We already made you look foolish when you said Taysom Hill was better than Tua. Now you're straight up calling out Dolphins Twitter because we own you, and we've been owning you since last March. I destroyed you on Twitter last March. You still haven't recovered, and you still are bitter and keep coming back at Dolphins Twitter about it. Enjoy watching us give it to Ryan Tannehill and the Titans on this weekend, because it's going to be even that much sweeter knowing you're sitting at home and your face is bright red and you're crying on your daddy's lap wondering, oh, why won't they go away? Why does Dolphins Twitter keep blowing me up? Because we coming for that ass after we handle the Titans. You best believe that. You best believe that. For real. But all trolling and competitiveness aside, A-Name, Juice Man, all you dudes in the comments shouting out the Titans, all the Dolphin fans. I hope we just have a good game, man. Give me a good game. Whatever happens, happens, man. You know, this is you guys are the number 2 seed with the 7th seed. It's a legitimate playoff game. You guys win, you win the division. We gotta win to stay in, basically. It's a legitimate playoff game. It's gonna be a playoff atmosphere. It's nice to have playoff type football before the season even is done. It's a beautiful thing. I'm hyped for the game on Sunday. I know everyone's hyped for the game on Sunday. I can't wait. All I hope is it's a good game and no key players on either side of the football get hurt. And honestly, man, I hope some, I want Bud Dupree out there. I want to go beat the best Tennessee Titan version of the Tennessee Titans. You know what I mean? I know no one cares if Julio's out there because that guy's like running routes with a freaking pylon right now. But Jayon Brown, Bud Dupree, those are legitimate different makers on the defensive side of the football, especially Jayon Brown. I love that kid. So, I just hope everyone comes out healthy and it's a good game. And in the end, I hope we win. What else can I say? I love it. Get ready for another Alabama, Georgia. Bro, that Georgia defense, Martin, you knew they were taking it there. You knew they were taking it there. That defense is disgusting, my friend. Bro, they got that front seven, the secondary, like they're legit right now. Creature, Pat's game will be hard. They're one of the top defenses in the NFL. See, this is what people don't realize. Okay, here's what's happened, okay? If you look at our winning streak, and I've said this for weeks, so I don't know why people are just saying it now. Our defense is taking care of offenses they're better than it should have taken care of, but our offense has faced some pretty decent defenses, like even the Giants. The Giants don't have a good offense, but their defense is decent. Like their pass defense was 17th when we beat them. You know what I mean? When Tua threw for over 290, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions against the Falcons had the 12th best passing defense in the NFL at the time. You know what I mean? When you look at when we played the Panthers were the number 1 pass defense and the number 6 rush defense in the NFL. You know what I mean? The Ravens, they had a great defense when we're facing good, we're facing above our, how do I word this? We're facing respectable to very good defenses in the stretch, but the offenses haven't been that good. That's what the issue's been. So, I mean, it is what it is. Our defense is beating up on teams that they should. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. So, but the issue with that is when you do face a good defense is all the confidence, all the momentum is built. Like we beat up on good quarterbacks last year. So it's just the timing. We switched our whole defense around. Dude, the Giants are offensively trash, but their pass defense, when we face them, 17th best in the NFL. Atlanta Falcons, 12th best pass defense in the NFL when we face them. Again, their offenses sucked. Their defenses were not as bad as their offense. Watch the teams. It's not that hard to realize. You are lumping in because one side of the football sucks means the whole team sucks. Not how it works, man. Not how it works. We ain't played nobody. What are you talking about? We beat the Ravens on Thursday Night Football. What are we talking about? We haven't played anybody. Like, tell me how have we not played anybody? Carolina had the number 1 pass defense and the number 6 pass. Sorry, the number 1 pass defense and the number 6 rush defense when we beat them. We beat the Patriots in week 1. What are we talking about right now? Dude, again, the Saints, crappy defense, crappy offense. Their defense was healthy for the most part. They still had their dominating front four. Yeah, the Ravens are barely in the playoffs because we laid out the blueprint on how to beat them. Literally, teams followed our blueprint on how we beat the Ravens, and they've shut down Lamar since, and then he got hurt. They literally took, it's just like last year when we did what we did to the Chiefs and we almost beat them. The Buccaneers, after they won the Super Bowl, what did they tell everyone? We used the Miami Dolphins blueprint against the Chiefs. Like, y'all don't even know what you're speaking about. That's what's so funny. That's what's so funny. So we've literally laid out blueprints on how to beat guys. Just saying. That other teams go out and use. So, and guess what? We play the Falcons and the Jaguars came down to coaching. That was literally on Brian Flores. Again, watch the games. Watch the games. Brian Flores got out coached in the final 4 minutes against the Jaguars. An Atlanta game. What happened? Tua left the field with the lead. We went into zone coverage, soft zone, and we gave Pitts the middle of the field instead of playing press man, which is what this defense is built for. Again, coaching. That's literally coaching. See, this is what I love. Casuals who only watch one team. I mean, didn't Tennessee lose to the Jets and Houston? We beat the Houston Texans. Y'all lost to the Houston Texans. Didn't you lose to the Jets? We beat them twice last I checked. Not once, but twice. Y'all lost to them. Ouch. Ouch. What does it feel like to lose to Zach Wilson? I don't know. Shit. What does that feel like? We came out and brought out our brooms. We said, yep, sweep, 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 sweep. Get out of here, right into the dustpan. And on Sunday, you know what we coming for? Another dub, baby. Another dub. So shout out to everyone. Sunday, we'll be doing live reaction. I'll be starting about a half hour before the game starts. We are about 2 hours, 25 minutes away on the East Coast from New Year's. Guys, everyone, Happy New Year's to all Dolfans. Happy New Year to everyone that supports the channel. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone, for the donations tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Martin Ball Game, love all y'all. EM. My Patreons, my channel members, love each and every one of you. New year for Patreons and channel members. I'm going to be dropping my layover with all your names, and that's how we'll be doing shout outs moving forward instead of me rifling off 250 names each show. So I love each and every one of you. I'm going to get out of here. I am going to see. Oh, hold on. Before I do get out of here, my bad. Before I get out of here, guys, who to root for this weekend? Oh, I missed it. Oh, So we're going to be rooting for the Falcons over the Bills because remember, if the Dolphins win out and the Bills lose out, the Dolphins win the division. So we're going to be rooting for the Falcons over the Bills, the Jaguars over the Patriots, the Colts over the Raiders. We want the Raiders to lose. We don't want, because they have a tiebreaker if we both finish 10-7. The Rams over the Ravens, the Bengals over the Chiefs. We want the Bengals to win that division. It just works out better for us. The Broncos. Ooh, what happened there? So I got the Broncos over the Raiders twice. I don't know what's going on there. My graphic guy. Where you at, David? Where you at? So yeah, no, we are going to want like it says, the Colts over the Raiders, but we are going to want the Broncos over the Chargers. That's who they're playing, the Chargers this weekend. So want the Broncos over the Chargers, and we want the Browns over the Steelers because that pesky tie. And right now the Browns are 7-8, so that would bring them to 500, right? So that is your rooting guide for week 17. Man, let's get it. It is a big weekend for the Miami Dolphins and Dolphin fans. So guys, I will see you on Sunday. I absolutely cannot wait. And I will see you in 2022. Man, my New Year's resolution, so watch the Miami Dolphins win a playoff game. Oh, sorry, get into the playoffs and win a playoff game. Let's go, baby. Until then, until Sunday, love each and every one of you. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Enjoy your new year. Be safe, be responsible, but above all else, have a great time. Make memories, make moments, and enjoy the company of those you love. I'm going to chill with the wife. We're going to throw on some Cobra Kai, and we're going to ring in the new year like a couple of parents with 2 young daughters. So, everyone, fins up all day, every day. I'll see all y'all on Sunday. I might see y'all on Saturday, just not on this channel. Keep your eyes locked.